Hey guys, Tyler here. Welcome back to Bloons. Gonna be a short video today just because I wanted to do this Hypersonic Master Bomber, but didn't get a chance to do that before. And now that it's buffed, it should hopefully be a lot better. If you guys remember the original Hypersonic Master Bomber before it was buffed, it didn't do that good. Like, it did okay for a bit, but it honestly seems like the shinobi's hard carried. So this guy will hopefully do a lot better. And as you can see, round 98 does get absolutely obliterated. Round 100 should follow suit. And I want to draw attention to this massive wall of caltrops right now. Yeah, now that you're done looking at that, the BAD is gone. Huh, distracted you bitches. Now there's 10 of them coming in. And the caltrops wall has only gotten bigger, but now the BADs are coming from both sides, so I imagine this will wreak a little bit of havoc. I also do have the shinobis helping out a bit, because I do feel like the shinobi conglomerate is going to be extremely important to beating this, because even though the Master Bomber did get buffed, it seems to be more of a stunning tower than a DPS tower. Like, I was surprised that it worked on cubism, but it really seems to be a strategy where you just have the balloons on the screen for as long as possible and hope that your little damage whittles it down over time. So I recognize that, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to have the shinobis help out, do some damage as well. And the shinobis, you know, being buffed by the temple and everything as well is a pretty big deal. They also are all permabrew buffed, and soon they'll be buffed by other stuff as well, and obviously they're covered by village shenanigans. I don't think all of them are in the range of Jungle Drone's village. That's not important. Anyways, we did take down 25 BADs, 50 up now. I'm just continuing to rant this up further and further and further. It's funny, like, the second that stuff pops out of the BAD layer, it all just freezes in place, and the BADs just keeps moving forward. So it's a really interesting dynamic, but like I said again, it really is just the stunning and whittle down over time strategy. 50 BADs are making it further, though. The BAD layer did make it into the middle of the screen. Now the temple's helping out for like one shot at a time at the most random moments. You see that? Like, it was aiming like way at the top or the bottom left, just like one shot. I'm like, what's going on? It's clearly not in the temple's range, so I'm just wondering what kind of fuckery is going on. It seems massively bugged to me, but at this point it's just whatever. At least I beat it. I probably didn't even require it, so I'm going to keep moving on. I believe I'm sending 75 BADs this time, even though I don't have that handy little reference number on the side. It's all okay, but now I believe I get to start using the village ability. I didn't use it up until now. It was just 50 BADs without the village ability, which is pretty solid if you ask me. 75 though, definitely need it. It was looking scary before, and we're definitely beating the BADs faster, but that's only because of village ability, and now it's back again. So this is going pretty well until I realize there's a crap ton of ceramics, and it doesn't look like we're able to extract them all right now. Temple doing a little bit, so many Moabs, hopefully don't get overwhelmed. And we barely do not, but that was looking pretty scary, not gonna lie. Just all the ceramics coming in at once, because we definitely weren't distracting them. And the pierce on the Shinobi Ninjas, the 030s and some 130s, was not that great. Even though it had all those buffs and everything, it looked like they were all hitting max pierce and could easily get overwhelmed. Speaking of getting overwhelmed, here's 100 BADs. Maybe it'll happen this time for all we know. Not quite sure. And we do activate the village ability, and we do take down all the BADs by the time they reach halfway across the screen, but there's so many Moabs in here. Again, everything's hitting max pierce. The temple's doing a little bit, that's fine, knocking back a bunch of ceramics, so it may look like we're okay, but now the streams are crossing, and we're gonna leak like 35,000 lives, give or take. What a shame. And to continue to make this video interesting, I'm working in the buffs over time, meaning that only now I'm just bringing in Obyn. This is a level 3 Obyn, just chilling by all these ninjas, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna do much, but you have to remember that level 2 Obyn grants +2 pierce to all magic towers in its range. So all these ninjas get +2 pierce, and I think extra pierce is exactly what they need, because they're all hitting max pierce. It just seems like they're getting overwhelmed by balloons and just don't have the general group pop and power DPS that you would like to see out of these ninjas. So hopefully that'll help. And also Obyn himself is attacking a little bit, but that's like whatever. He's probably only doing 10,000 damage max. Either way, we are waiting a little bit longer on the second village ability just to try to time this better so I don't get overwhelmed, trying to keep the slow balloons slow and only dealing with a few fast balloons at a time. Surprise, surprise, it actually barely works, and we do hold off round 100 now. Or not 100 BADs, and the +2 Pierce ended up being a pretty big difference. Note that this will probably be the closest we're ever going to get to a Hypersonic Obyn. I don't think he's worthy enough of his own video, even if Brambles are the boss. I don't even think we get to see him for a bit. But we do get to see 125 BADs, because 100 was really close, even with the Obyn help. I mean, that only brought us from beating 75 to beating 100 BADs. This 125 might be a bit of a trouble for us. We're going to have to hope the best, though. But our best may not be enough. The BADs are making it to the final bottom path, meaning we're going to get some serious temple help here, and meaning we're probably going to be massively overwhelmed, even with the village building on our side. Yeah, that's a lot of leaks. Not what you like to see. Massive stream of ceramic, even Moab's leaking. That's like 500,000 lives. So now I can only do a couple more things, and one of them being caltrops. We're upgrading all the rest of our shinobi ninjas, cross-pathing, not really to sabotage or anything like that, but to caltrops, meaning, remember that big wall of caltrops we had before? Yeah, this is it on steroids. Humongous, massive wall of caltrops, and the ones that were already upgraded to top path are now upgraded to 2-3-0, just to have that extra 2 Pierce as well, because we saw that +2 Pierce went a long way, so another 2 Pierce can't hurt, and the wall of caltrops will hopefully help us out here. We'll have to see. I can't quite tell if we're doing better, but it's only now that finally the entire caltrops are being used, and it actually does look like it's a significant difference. Who would have thought caltrops would add so much damage? Gotta be careful with this last bit of Moabs. It's gonna be close. Ooh, and we do actually end up leaking a few, but it's not too many, all things considered. It's only a 250,000, which really isn't that. What the fuck am I saying? Okay, that's a lot of balloons, all right. It's not a lot when compared to the 500,000 that it leaks before, but so it's like a an increase of maybe 200,000, 250,000 lives saved. But we did leak 250,000 lives, which is obviously inadequate. So I'm like, well, it seems that Pierce seems to be our problem. What if I just go for fortified BADs instead? And maybe that'll help me, because I'll rely on less Pierce, but then they'll be stronger and they'll still be equally hard. Yeah, that's also a bit of a disappointment. Less so of a disappointment, though, because we do end up only leaking 150,000 lives. See, guys, improvement. You only die less bad. It's perfectly fine now. So enough with disappointments. We're going to move on to actual cool achievements, and round 163 is one of them. We, for towers that aren't supposed to be good at group pop power, we do deal with 163 pretty well. I would like to give a little bit of credit to the Great Wall of caltrops. They end up not making it too far, but I also want to say fuck you to the Wall of caltrops for lagging my game. I'm having to fast forward the footage by an absurd amount. Even with my hypersonic supercomputer, it lags it up quite a bit. Turns out a billion caltrops on a screen will do that. Hey, want some more exciting, amazing achievements? Round 200. This defense is actually pretty sick. We have all of our stuff do great damage to these BADs, these fortified BADs, and when they pop into fortified ZOMGs, they stop moving. They just don't go anywhere. They're held in place, and that gives us all the time in the world to defend it. Gotta say, pretty hype. Moving on to bigger and better rounds, round 300. If you guys remember, I believe it took for either Hypersonic Grandmaster Ninja or all 3 ninjas combined to make it to round 300, and even they did not beat it before. So we'll see how these guys do. Looks like it's stunning everything so far. They're actually doing pretty good. Like, every single ZOMG is stopped in its tracks. But what's going to happen when it hits its pop counts? That's going to happen. We're going to leak about 60,000 lives. But all things considered, that wasn't too bad. Only 60,000 lives leaked. To be fair though, that was a relatively easy round. No BADs, no fortified BADs. I don't think there were any fortified DDTs, but it was DDTs and just the overwhelming of our flash bomb causing us to leak. But that's fine. Now, there's only one way further to go. Remember why I said Hypersonic Grandmaster Ninja and all Tier 5 ninjas? Yeah, we're going for that. We might as well bring back all Tier 5 ninjas because this guy is just so much better now. I feel like with the Hypersonic Grandmaster, he'll just synergize excellently with this amazing stun guy. He'll provide the DPS that we so desperately need to win here. And I believe I'm also getting a Grand Saboteur as well, just to complete the trio. And round 300 ends up becoming a lot more of a joke, it looks like. The BADs are getting shredded. The ZOMGs are also getting shredded before there can be too many to overwhelm my flash bomb stun. Whatever the Moab mine thing that it throws is called, the sticky bombs, they're on everything. Granted, they're not like doing too much damage because they don't really scale in damage from the buff, so it's really all the caltrops and shurikens doing damage. But still, it's nice to see everything getting coated. DDT's getting shredded, even though they're super fast. Round 300 is a joke. Moving on to round 400, which might be a little bit less of a joke. There's going to be a lot of BIDs and 45 BIDs, and I think I'll spare you guys the pain and let you all know that this ends up being a bit of a failure. Not, not too bad of an attempt from these guys that you'll see, though. It just ends up being way, way, way too much. So beating around 300, but losing to 400s, hell of a jump. I reckon this defense could probably beat up to around 350, which is a huge step up from all tier 5 ninjas in the past. In the past, they could not beat round 300, although the round 300 of the past was probably harder than the current round 300. Still, it's just nice to see the Master Bomber stunning everything, making it a lot easier, I think, to just beat all the ZOMGs and stuff. This way, the only problem would be the BIDs, and DDTs are effectively neutralized unless there's so many on screen that my shit gets overwhelmed. But really, the main problem is just the BIDs. Too beefy, too chunky. What can you do, though? Thanks, you guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Last bit of Hypersonic Towers. I can't believe actually the video was this long. I was expecting it to be 6 minutes, but turns out there's a lot to say about a single path Hypersonic Tower. I also want to add for just the non-hypersonic version of the tower that it also probably is not going to be used that well unless you couple it with some DPS tower like Sun Avatar. Doing it all by itself was probably not the best strategy, so I will be trying to make some nuanced strategies with it in the future. Keep an eye out for that. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day. Peace out.